Alrighty, hello everybody. We have the official Project V podcast out now live. I am joined by Codec here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Codec. I've been in the community for, I can't even remember. It's been about 15 plus years. Nova, how about you?
My name is Lady Nova. I do run Project V. I am the founder. I've been in the vampire community for nearly around 10 years. It has been a long adventure for sure, considering I joined the community at a very young age. But yeah, when did you join the community per se?
For me, back when forums were still a thing.
Okay. So you're an old man. I see.
I am, yes. I'm a very old man. I've been around for about 200 years,
200 years. Oh Lord, we don't need to give people that impression. They'll be like, cancel the
I'm kidding.
podcast.
Yep, cancel it. Nope.
Wrap it up. It's done. But yeah,
it's done. We're getting canceled.
I joined around 2017, 2018, somewhere around there.
Gotcha.
I was very young, Lady Nova, very young.
Very impressionable.
Very impressionable. Yes, we will be getting into that actually.
We all were very impressionable back then.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, for me, like I was a minor, and I would say very much so when it comes to the VC. I think people who join the VC at like a very young age like that get into spots that they shouldn't be. And I was one of them. And we are definitely going to be talking about that a little bit later in this episode, as it's kind of like the inspiration for Project V, essentially. But on that note, what is Project V? I know I've been yapping about that. So,
yes.
Project V.
So how did it start? How about that? How did Project V start?
That's a good question. So Project V became an idea, a concept around 2022. This concept was pretty much fueled by how the VC was in that time. Now, as someone, like I said, who joined the VC during adolescence, as many do, this was due to my awakening occurring around this time. I had various issues with symptoms, and then the thirst is what people like to call it, or the beast is a very much older VC term. I would say coined by VTM for sure. So a lot of the VC spaces did not allow minors, despite quite a lot of spaces have voiced that a lot of awakenings tend to happen during adolescence. So I can understand why these spaces didn't allow minors. I mean, some of these spaces are a lot more 18 plus specific. I mean, sometimes they have a lot more not safe for work activity that may occur that I cannot say on YouTube.
Of course.
Were you familiar with any of that during that time period? Where some spaces kind of been like no minors?
It was a lot easier in the early days with forums because there really wasn't much of a like age restriction. Mm-hmm. Now, if there was, that was more of a insider thing where it's like they kind of knew you've been around for a while. They have a feeling for your maturity at that time. Mm-hmm. So, but the one that I started with, again, just like you, it was in probably middle of high school. Things started happening, got symptoms, so on and so forth. The first forum I ever joined was called Drink Deeply and Dream. It's still up, but I don't think the original owner owns it anymore. So it's kind of like an archive at this point. Mm-hmm. No one's really active on there anymore. So, yeah, it's been about the same for me. There are communities that, because of the nature of it, depending on what side you go with, either Sang or Sai, which we'll talk about later, that kind of depends on where you can actually learn from, or what to do, or how to curb your symptoms or cravings, or the beast of the thirst. So I call it cravings personally. That's just what I've always called it.
Oh yeah.
Just so that way everyone knows.
Some people say craving. Some people, I would say, in the med sang community, will say twoofing.
Yeah.
Um,
As, as soon as I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that's funny."
it's funny. I think yeah, that was the original intent, was it to not
Yeah.
be so serious like the VC, where they're like
Yep.
the beast inside.
Yeah. Because like at that point, you just sound like you're crazy. At least to
Yes.
me, it's like toofing makes a little bit. Toofing, if you understand it, is one of those things where it's like if they know it, they do. But if they don't, it's just something funny.
It's funny,
So they just
yeah.
play it off. So yeah.
I have a medsang friend that talks about the twoofing word, and I give him crap about it from time to time, like, "Oh, you twoofing," and we play about it. We play, but
That's good.
back to the whole age restriction thing. For me,
Yep.
around that age, I would say there was a lot more vetting when it comes to the whole like age verifications. I mean, some spaces were requiring like ID. Some spaces, I mean, they had like a whole introductory thing. If they detected you were a minor, they wouldn't let you in. It was like very like a big no-no for a minor to be in these spaces. They're like, I mean, I assume from the forum days it wasn't as like the vetting was more so of how long you've been around versus, I mean, nowadays with a lot of these spaces with the outreach, a lot of people just find this kind of information and just kind of join. It's a lot more open and easily
Yeah.
accessible. I would say that wasn't as much as a case for me, especially with like the whole age thing. There wasn't a lot of spaces that were allowing minors. And, that's what kind of sparked Project V. I wouldn't say that's the only thing, but that was kind of like a big indicator. So, Project V is not just a community, but a movement geared towards the future of the vampire community. Now, when I came up with this concept back in 2022, I
Mhm.
noticed that the VC was lacking a lot of resources, a lot of mentors. Our communities were crumbling as we speak, and it was becoming very, worrying because, like myself, I mean, I wouldn't have gotten this far without the resources that I found, and they were very difficult to find. But if all of these resources are disappearing, it was concerning. Now, on the other end of this, like I said, when it was kind of based around the concept with allowing minors into Project V, we do have, the main part of the server, which is minor friendly. We, of course, don't accept anybody who is like way, way, way young, but I would say around 14, 15 and up. So the
All right.
more not safe for work is hidden behind ID verification. So the more advanced VC specific topics are not accessible until you age verify. And I know I got a lot of crap about allowing minors into Project V. Granted, I understand. I completely understand the concern. That is a valid concern.
Mhm.
But from my angle, the way I have explained it to the past, where this has caused the older generations to kind of do like a full like 360 on their concerns. So when I got into the VC again as a minor, there was a lot of spaces that again were locked. And I'm not the only one who did this, by the way. There's a lot of minors that did this in order to access the resources they need. They would sneak into these spaces pretending to be an adult in order to access this information. I was one of those. There was a lot of spaces that I did get into, a lot of spaces that were not good for me, and for a lot of people in general. Like some of these, like as a community, we are like any other subculture, any space. There is the good people and then the bad actors. some of the communities that I wound up in were the bad actors. So this really made me pause and think, well, if I got into not so good spaces as a minor, I can't imagine, especially right now, the way the VC is a popping subject, that others like myself will do the exact same. So that is why Project V is also allowing minors. A lot of our information is filtered. This is to give them the resources that they need without them jumping into a space that is a lot more dangerous. So we're taking a more of a preventative action towards the VC when it comes to minors being subjected to very unethical acts. So that is our goal with that. Because, I mean, if anyone that's like me that jumped into the VC space and had to sneak into spaces and then found something they shouldn't have, uh, you would understand that this is kind of a different approach to how minors can be able to access the resources that they need, if that makes sense.
It does. So let's talk about one thing before we continue. For those that don't know, what is a vampire? Is it the sparkly kind from Twilight? Is it the mysterious kind from an interview with the vampire? Like, what is it?
So,
Because it's gonna come up.
yeah,
We know this.
Yeah, it's gonna come up. The term vampire, it's very intricate, especially with the way the VC has evolved. It's more so seen as like a full it's like a spectrum, right? So there's people who may require to feed in order to essentially be able to feel themselves, to feel well again. And there's, like I said, there's different spectrums to this. You have sayings who do feed on blood. This could be for energetically, or this could be um, those who don't even fall under the vampire label and maybe med saying and see it as specifically for a medical purpose. It's for their psychological or physical needs. Again, on the off side within this umbrella term, there is vampire, you got sangs, and then you have psi. Some sangs will feed energetically for their well being, while psi is like that, but it's more of a spiritual connotation to it. Now, like I said, it's a spectrum. Everyone's identity is different in how that they see their feeding practices and where they fit within this community. I mean, the easiest way that I could say for the audience to understand, think of vampire as the umbrella term, and anything that follows under that would be the saying, the psi, and these would be feeding methods.
And you have
And
subdivisions of those, and so on and so
yeah,
forth. Yep.
I mean, psi has eros, or the more unpopular terms would be elemental vampire or astral vampire. Then you have like sang that feeds on blood, and then you have like an adjacent identity being medsang, which medsang used to be very closely related to the vampire community, but they decided to split their identity label outside of the VC to pursue the more medical side of this phenomenon. They don't like to be called vampires. So it's very interesting. Again, it's a spectrum. And where
It
you
is.
lie on it is up to you. No one can really tell you where you lie. It's up to your interpretation and your experiences. But
So,
yeah.
all right. So with that out of the way, then, um, how has Project V involved, or how has Project V evolved over the last about 2 years, I should say?
Yeah, from like 2022 to
Yeah,
2024 is when we officially launched into the public's eye. And I would say, again, at the start, I wouldn't say we were hated. I would say we were heavily watched, especially by the traditionalists and people who also ran other spaces. I would say a
that's
lot of
understandable.
people dismissed us as a legitimate space. Um, I would say I got a lot of crap on along the way, and that is valid. That I mean, they're concerned of a new space popping up and what information will they give? Are they ethical or not? These are concerns that I also have for newer spaces. You never know what will
Yep.
come out. Uh,
It could be this cult. It could be
right.
something like Project V, where it's actually helpful and people can go and ask questions and get information. Or who knows?
Exactly. And it's like it's very concerning. Even I stress sometimes when I see a new space. I'm like, oh no. I think that is how a lot of spaces perceived us as well. We also grew extremely fast. I think I mean to this day I still get people who come up to me and like, "Wow, you this space has really grown. I was here since this time and I've never really seen a VC space really just grow like this." And I would say along with, the evolution of Project V,
Mhm.
we spent I would say the first year cultivating our culture within our space. You know, we lined out what mission that we had, our ethics, how we run things, our projects, and eventually it snowballed into collaborations. We have collaborated with multiple different communities. We're uh, collaborating with a company. We are collaborating with other people I cannot disclose at this time. Our outreach has been insane, and it's only going to go up from here. Statistically, if we want to put this into numbers, right now I can go into Project V, the Discord server. Now, this is only one, like, I would say the Discord server, which is where you can find us, um, that is our main form of communication. That is our communication base. I
That's our
mean,
hub.
it's our hub pretty much. And anything else that you see, like our social medias, is our outreach. Our website is where we create our resources and publish them. We have Byte, which is our own spin of a all vampire social media platform. You can also check that out. We have evolved so much when it comes to this, like these types of creations, but statistically, within our Discord server, just by a singular invite that has been running since 2024, we have received 2,350 members just from that one invite. This isn't even counting individual private invites from friends who were like, hey, come check out this server. It's cool. I recommend it. That's not even counting those individual invites or the invites that I have posted across our social medias where people have found us on Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr, Reddit, etc. So that
Gotcha.
is
So
a large number. And that's not even like
it is.
counting what is still here.
And who's left, who's come back, and so on and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. So where can where can the listeners find all the links to join us if they wish to?
I would say through the Project V website, it would be projectvampyre.org. We spell vampire with a Y
I
in
was going to
case
ask.
anyone wanted to look it up themselves. We spell it with a Y because We want to separate ourselves from fictional vampires. They tend to spell, the usual way with an I. We do it as vampyre. That's how the modern vampire community has evolved for this spelling. It's just to differentiate us from folklore or vampire
Yeah.
media. That's just how we
I mean,
find each other.
there are some there are some fictionals that still use the white variation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not as often.
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed.
But
So
on the website, I mean, you'll find the Discord link. You'll find all the social medias through there, who we're collaborated with, our resources, and all that. It's a very good, like, one-stop shop for all resources from us.
perfect. So the next one is going to be. We're already almost halfway through the year, but what's the focus for Project B for 2026? What's going on with it?
That is an interesting
Anything
question.
new? Anything new? Anything in development that you can talk about?
So I would say last year was a lot about outreach, again, collaborating with more so just the community itself. We did, of course, create, various different resources, but this year is more so about creating resources and fully sending our outreach out into the public. Now, this has always been a debated topic between traditionalists and modernists when it comes to public outreach. It's quite controversial, but at the end of the day, the VC has been out. The cat's been out of the bag for years. I mean, we have gone on to shows, like talk shows like the Tyra Banks show. We have influencers like Don Henry. We have Father Sebastian doing the Endless Night Vampire Ball. We have in Florida studies being funded by the state tax money there going over the vampire community. We have books. I mean, we've been out there for a very long time. That is
I'm
just
pretty sure if someone wanted to find it, they could.
Oh yeah,
At
they
this
could
point, pretty
find
much.
it.
Yeah.
Our approach is to outreach in the sense of education, to push resources out there. A lot of the stuff that you can look up now is just more so PR shock value. And nothing's wrong with that. That's how you catch attention. But for some people, all publicity is all publicity is good publicity, right?
Not always.
And
We've
not
seen that backfire
always.
multiple times.
But for some people, they see it like that. For us, we want to put education out there to combat misinformation, so they can also, when they look up the vampire community, they not only will find, the vamp influencers that are out there, they'll also see more educational resources available to them. It's been quite successful for the 2026 year. I mean, it's already we're, like you said, in the middle of it. So far, we have launched a Project V symptom survey for the entire VC to partake in. We have launched the VC timeline, which goes back to the 1965 to current. It is a very comprehensive list of timestamps that has occurred within the VC. This could be our accomplishments, it could be our downfalls, it could be our evolution. It's our story as a community and how we have evolved. We have created that. We have a library that we've been adding on to. We're about to add another category. We have a company collab that is launching. This will be pushing more outreach onto social media. It is a very well known company within the VC, I should say. We
All right.
also have, of course, this podcast that is more so like a sudden surprise for our community that they've been waiting on. It's just going to
They
show
have.
up. They're going to be like,
They're
what
just
is
gonna drop,
this?
and they're just gonna be like, "What's this?" And you're like, "Ow! It's finally started! Yeah!"
Yeah. I'm not even going to create a trailer, really. I we launched
I don't think
the
there's no point.
there's no point. Let's just release it. I mean, with the Project V classrooms, that was another accomplishment we did this year. We created a self-serve educational program through the Project V website. It is free, despite what people or rumors have been spread around about it. It is for free. You can access it via your account on there. It's a very comprehensive beginner course. We are working on intermediate, and then advanced. But we have that on there. And
Sounds perfect.
we have stuff at the end of the year that we are working on. We're really wanting to work on donor resources. We have a staff member that joined us that is a donor representative for Project V, so they will be working with me when it comes to donor resources. So that will be exciting. But anything else I cannot disclose at this time because it kind of mixes between the end of 2026 and the beginning of 2027. I tend to plan a lot of our content a year in advance. I try to. Sometimes it doesn't always work out like that. But we have a lot of, we've been popping off lately. It's quite
Project
exciting.
V has been getting up there. So, with this podcast and its launch, what kind of content will our listeners be listening to in the future? What's the idea behind it?
So, we've always wanted to do this podcast. This has been an idea since the very beginning because how crazy is it to just click on YouTube or Spotify and be like, oh, time to listen to the VC and see what is going on today.
What's in the news today?
Right, what's the news today? I kind of want it to be like, again, another form of outreach when it comes to education. Of course, we're kind of like, Project V has their like vamp discussions. I kind of want to integrate that into a podcast form, where you'll hear Codec and I discuss the various topics. Some of it will be more so beginner, some of it will be like history, some will be like community news, some of it will be maybe theories. It's just like an all-in-one place just to hear us yap about the VC. I mean, a lot of people have come up to me and like, Nova, I have like, you used to do vamp discussions for like 3 to 5 hours. I can literally listen to you while I'm cleaning. And I'm like, oh, really? I mean, maybe, now you can with our podcast.
Now's a good time to start. It may not be 3 or 4 hours at a time, but I mean, you can queue it up and pretend it's 3 to 4 hours at a time.
Oh, yeah. Especially when we have so much more content coming out. It'll be just like a playlist. You can just go like from topic to topic. And of course, I'm assuming we're going to do like suggested content. I'm sure we're going to get quite a bit of people who are like, oh, can you talk about this next and this? And I'm sure like the ideas will keep funneling in essentially.
Oh, yeah. Well, then we'll have to filter it out, see what we can and can't do, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We don't want to talk crap.
Oh, no, of course not. And sources should be linked as well if it's on a specific topic. So that way people can go back, look at it themselves and be like, oh, is this what that was? Is this how that started? Or how did this get brought up? Or,
Oh, yeah. Yep. Our goal is to not, I mean, I know vampires love their drama. I mean, if you look at the VC history, it is literally vamp drama. No, we aren't going to really do vamp tea parties here on the podcast, though. That would be fun. Just have a little vamp tea party.
But
no.
I don't think for the idea Project V that would be a good idea.
No.
We'll stick with more historical
education.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of y'all have already clicked out of this, like, oh man, no vamp drama. I'm sorry. No.
We don't want to get sued.
Yeah. We don't want a vamp influencer to come after us. Sorry.
Can y'all donate to our GoFundMe for a lawyer?
We are being sued. Project V is in trouble for defamation.
Oh no.
Yeah, not good. So, I mean, it'll still be chill. We'll have fun, crack jokes, talk about VC stuff.
I know that we've also talked about possibly rediscussing older classroom topics. So that way those who are just starting out can get an idea about what these classrooms can help you with or can give you as far as knowledge goes.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
on the self-serve classrooms that we've created, there's about 70, over 70 modules over there that are maybe 10 to 15 minutes long per module.
Oh,
Yeah, it's long. Been working on that for 2
long.
years, by the way, Codec.
Oh, I've heard. You've been doing a lot.
Yes.
That's why it's taking this long to get the podcast out.
Yes. My blood, sweat, and tears have been put everywhere into Project V, and I finally was able to get this podcast going. But that classroom has audio recordings on it, but I don't think it does it justice compared to a podcast where it's more entertaining. You got two people talking back and forth.
Yeah.
It's more like new ideas just kind of like spontaneously occurs while you talk. It's not like that for the classroom. It's more scripted to what I wanted to say in that moment. This is more like, it's a conversation.
It's just yapping. That's all it
Just
is.
yapping,
Yapping,
vamp
asking
yapping.
questions.
I am the queen of vamp yapping. The VC literally lives rent free in my head every single day. I mean, chronically VC. Unfortunately, I kind of have to be as a a founder of Project V. It kind of has to.
Yeah, you know a lot more than I do, and I don't know
Unfortunately.
nothing. I mean, hey, with this, it might inspire me to start going out and actually researching again and seeing what's actually out there. And then you can help me out along the way, which I'm sure would help a lot of other people out too.
Oh yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
this podcast would be helpful for you or anyone listening who's new to the VC or is just now coming back from the forum days. We've been getting a lot of new members in Project V from like the forum days, and they're kind of like, so is it still kind of weird and dramatic? Yes, it is. It is just a different
Yes,
font.
it is.
Just a different font.
More pictures, more videos, more instant reactions, basically.
Exactly.
It's not you make a post and then 5 hours later someone finally posts on it.
Oh yeah, and then you got the YouTubers popping off.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I am hoping to have this podcast kick off. What would you say our estimated uploading would be like?
I would say about I would say about once a month for the start, just so that way we can get everything going, we can get the topics rolling in. We can finally have a set schedule where we can record and upload it.
Yeah.
I think as of right now, what are you thinking of? Like probably the end to the start of the month?
For this episode?
Well, for this one or just in general to upload it.
To upload it, yeah. The beginning of each month would be good.
All right.
Give me time to edit.
There you go, folks. We'll record it sometime, and then we'll make Nova over here cram it within 2 days to get it out.
Ah, yes. Very professional, very, very well calculated and planned.
Oh, very, very.
Codex over here just like, get to work. No, get to work. I know you got other stuff, but this needs to be out now.
Someone's got to be on you about stuff. I mean, come on.
My gosh, I need an assistant.
You're way too packed.
Way too much. We've joked about it within the staff team that we need to hire an assistant for me just to clap their hands like, Nova, let's go, let's get this done, because I forget often, Codec. I forget.
I know you do, especially when you get into your caffeine hype. Ooh.
Ooh, I'm very caffeinated right now. It's great.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't either.
I just woke up from my coffin. I'm just like, ugh.
The coffin. Oh yeah.
Not the coffin.
I've been out for a while. I'm quite buzzed from the caffeine. I got like dark circles under my eyes. I've been up for a while.
Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, jokes aside, I'm excited. I think this is gonna be very fun. A lot of people have been begging us for a podcast, and it'll be out. Lengthwise for the podcast, I would say 30 minutes to an hour is a healthy range. Yeah. It's not going to be like my old discussion days where I had time to yap in the Discord for 5 hours.
One eternity later.
Literally, someone has their whole house cleaned by the time I finish the discussion. Okay, it's nighttime, time to go.
Like,
Oh
oh,
man.
that's wonderful.
It was very convenient for, the American vamps and then the European vamps. I was just around for a very long time. They're like, "Oh, you're still here?" Uh, unfortunately,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, it paid off though, so that's
It
all that
did.
matters.
It did. I
It's
think
paid off.
people got to know me more as a person.
And that also probably helped Project V as well, because they could understand who the person behind it was.
Oh yeah. I still think, there's some spaces that don't know too much about me. They don't know exactly what my intentions are with Project V. So this is my invitation. Come check us out. Come see how we run things. Hang out, chill. I promise we don't bite too hard. We're fun,
Unless you ask.
unless you ask. But yeah, I mean, I think this is great. I think. Do you think this would be a good stopping point? You have any final questions?
Nah, this should be good.
Okay, cool,
We
cool,
we
cool.
could do the outro if you want, and then you can just claim it later.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is like I
Yeah.
said, we're just getting into the flow. Eventually, these podcasts will be like popping off. We'll have a whole
Oh
system
yeah.
going. We're just filling out the
Yep.
waters right now.
Pretty much. We're just gonna see the we'll just see like the back and forth banter, see like when the proper time to cut in is, when it's not time to cut in at, things like that.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole process. Like I said,
It is.
very professionally done, very well planned, crafted, curated. Yes.
Oh yes, very, very, very. You should see the documents I have in my email from from Nova over here. Very detailed.
Very detailed, yes. But
Yep.
yeah, alrighty. I think this is a good stopping point. Like I said, come check us out. We are in Project V 24/7. Our website is constantly updating. We will have the next episode out sometime the following month. Be quite fun. We will see you guys later.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.